Kelly. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here we are. I am excited to do this video. I think it's gonna be like a more chill, like low-key video. I have coffee. Yes, Starbucks. Two things. Well, if you're wondering what I got from Starbucks, it's like I tried to get an iced caramel macchiato but with sugar-free because I'm trying to be like a little bit more like healthy, like not super healthy but more like mindful because yeah. Anyways, I got the sugar-free and it just tastes like a normal like iced coffee with sugar-free syrup. Like it doesn't taste like a caramel macchiato at all, which is weird. But I see the caramel at the bottom, so I don't really know. It's good, but I feel like it's not what I ordered, low-key. But yeah, she's fine. I have kind of a lot going on tonight. Less than usual because I was like dealing with somebody in a little situationship, and I'm kind of like backing away from that, so at least I don't have to see nobody tonight, so I can take my time like recording. But I want to record and then edit and upload and clean my apartment, so it's gonna be a lot. So it's good that I got the coffee. Usually I'm drinking alcohol in these videos, as you know, but today I wasn't feeling it, so that's different. Also, my nails are gone. In all my videos, I'm like talking with my hands and I have my nice little nails. No more. I'm just broke, you guys. I'm so fucking broke. If you want to donate to my GoFundMe for my nail fund, no, just kidding, don't do. I don't have a GoFundMe. I'm just fucking broke at the moment. So I've always fit nails into my budget, no matter how broke I was. But this is rock bottom. I don't know how, because I used to do AmeriCorps or whatever. I did it. I have a video about it. Don't recommend it. But I did AmeriCorps and I only made like $900 a month. I don't know how the fuck I was able to do that when I can't. Like now I make like that much, like a paycheck, and I can't fucking, you know, get my shit together. So I don't know how I did it, honestly, but now I can't. Well, I didn't have nails, but ever since I got back from AmeriCorps, like I've had nails and I had them for 2 years, like shit. And now my nails are like very fragile, like they're paper thin. So I'm gonna wait a week or so to let them like chill and like come back to the real world. And then I'm gonna start doing my like own gel manicures. Like 2 years ago when I was broke as fuck, I got my own like lamp to do my nails with. So at least I can have like a gel manicure situation going on. And then when I have more money, I finesse it somehow, I will be having my acrylics again. It's not a goodbye, it's a see you later, but I'm gonna miss it. And like, I talk with my hands so fucking much. Like you'd think I was Italian. I am not Italian, but you know, if you know, you know. So it's kind of like, where the fuck did Kelly go? Who the hell is this? I know, but we're still gonna get right into it. It's still gonna be fun and lively, I hope. Who's to say? Who knows? Like, but we're gonna try. So we're gonna make do with what we have. And I want to get into it. This week, I'm recapping 90 Day Fiance. As always, if you're new, 90 Day Fiance comes first. Then I do Family Chantel. Then I do Love in Paradise. If you don't watch Love in Paradise or Family Chantel, you know, just click off after I'm going to talk about 90 Day. Okay, let's get into it. Yeah. Starting off, 90 Day Fiance. Season 9, episode 15. We've been doing this for 15 weeks, you guys. That is crazy. That's so fucking crazy. Last sip single. Kara and Guillermo tie the knot. Thais's uncertainty deepens in snowy Massachusetts. Emily discovers Kobe is looking at the future differently. Shida gets unexpected advice from Bilal's mother. not really. We'll talk about that. Mohammed makes a big move and Jareen and Miona move out. So that's what is happening in this episode. I'm gonna go from order of appearance. So Karen Guillermo, this was cute. I think this is the best segment we've ever had of them. Like, they showed them in the best like light in this episode. So they're getting married. They didn't want to do, well, Kara didn't really want to do a big wedding, but then Guillermo's brother passed away and she's like, okay, well, maybe this will be good to like bring us together and, you know, just have something, cheer everybody up. This is what Guillermo wanted. So that's what they did, and apparently she pulled it together in 3 weeks, which is crazy because it looked nice and she had a nice dress and they had it at a little venue and like her friends and family were there. Now, unfortunately, Guillermo's family couldn't be there, but they had him on like Zoom or something, so that was cute. And it was sad because his brother couldn't be there. I hurt my leg and I'm trying to move it right now. Oh, okay. Guillermo's brother couldn't be there, so that was sad, but they left like flowers for him in his like honor. And I teared up a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, because that's so sad. And I have brothers, so like I get it. Like, you always picture big events in your life that everybody will be there, and then, you know, shit happens. So that was sad. I could really feel their pain. But yeah, it was just nice. Like, it looked pretty drama free. Kara was not a bridezilla, which kind of you would think she would be, but she just wasn't. And it just was like pretty normal. Like, they looked like normal ass people, honestly, having a wedding. And I was actually really happy for them. Kara was drinking before the wedding, and honestly, I would too. So I could relate to that. And then, yeah, like her mom was there, and she had a southern accent, so I kind of want to know where they're from. Yeah, they're just, Guillermo said like they're trying to be better for each other, and yeah, you know, they have issues, but they're not like big issues. Like, he doesn't like that she drinks and like whatever, but they can work on that later. So yeah, I just thought it was nice. It was good. 10 out of 10. It's good that Karen Guillermo's segment was nice, because the next 3 people I'm gonna talk about is frustrating. So, okay, it goes from their like nice little wedding to fucking Kobe and Emily, and you know how I feel about them. I don't like them. Well, Kobe's fine, but I don't like Emily one bit. And whenever they go to like their segment, they like go back to like her fucking get out barn, and it always looks gray even when the fucking sun's out. Like, that just drives me crazy. I think it's because when they filmed it, it was like dead grass and some shit. But still, like, ew. You're really like adding to this. The producers are like, mind you, this is the environment they're in. They're not nice people. This is not a nice environment. And by they're not nice people, this excludes Kobe. But yeah, it's, oof. I don't like it. It gives me like the ick every time I see it. So anyways, basically this is right after that awkward lunch with Kobe's friend Temperature, where Emily was like pissed off because they're like talking about how like in their country it's kind of like the man of the household situation, and maybe it wasn't a nice conversation, but she took it way too far. Like, she's like, no, he wants to do this and do that and whatever, and it's like, no. Like, that's not what they were saying, but whatever. So she's mad, and then they're taking Temperature to see the house, and they are speaking their native language in the car. I think it's French, but I'm not sure, because I knew someone from Cameroon and they spoke French, but I don't know what language they were speaking. But whatever, they're speaking the native language, and Emily's like, speak English, and she's getting pissed. They only talked about her a little bit, and the little bit was them saying, look what we have to deal with. And she brought that on herself. the other conversation they were having was just like, oh yeah, it's cold. Is it cold like this in Columbus? This is the house. This is where I stay. Like, they only talked about her for like a brief second, and then everything else was just like normalized conversation. And then Temperature was like explaining that it's nice to speak a native language with somebody, and that there's not a lot of people from Cameroon out there, and so when you can connect, you connect. And I thought it was cute that Kobe was wearing like the traditional like wear with him. I thought that was cute. This should have been like a nice like reunion of friends, but Emily was like ruining it, so that wasn't good. And now she's like setting a bad example to his friend, obviously. So I just thought that was stupid as fuck. So yeah, I'm not sure why he's there, but it did say their wedding's like in a week, so maybe like it has to do with that, or maybe he's just visiting. I don't know, but that was just disrespectful. I think she was just being a bitch for no reason. And you guys, like, hopefully everybody knows this, but if you're around a group of people not speaking English, don't get offended. Like, you're just speaking their language, language. But if you were in another country, say you were in Spain, you would probably, if your family was there and you all speak Spanish or English, you would be speaking English. People around you would be speaking Spanish. I don't think the Spanish people would come over and say, speak Spanish, you know? Habla español. Like, that's just not it. So, yeah, I've worked in spaces where people like speak different languages. They speak different languages to each other. I don't know the language, but I'm not gonna be like, you're talking about me, aren't you? Because if you say that, then they're gonna start talking about you. But if you're not doing anything, they're not talking about you. You're just having like conversation, and that's fine. So she's annoying me. I didn't like that. But yeah, so that's what that was. And then Temperature wants Kobe to move to Columbus because there's a big like Cameroon like community, and Emily needs to realize that her kids are gonna be biracial. They're gonna be Cameroonian, I don't know what they call. And I think that if people have biracial babies, like, it's on them to have like both cultures. These are her kids. She needs to like respect that. They're not gonna have anybody in Salina who looks like them, who is a part of the same culture. And Kobe had like opened a link from Temperature like of an apartment, and it was on the iPad, and Emily like picked it up and saw it, and then she goes ballistic and she's mad, and then she finds out that Kobe told Temperature that she was pregnant, and then she's like real mad. And so yeah, she's just mad. Hoes are mad. Like they're not a good fit, and she deserves to be left. And for the kids' sake, like, they just need to co-parent, you know? But I feel like she's gonna try and like get all the custody of the kids. Like, that's where I see this going. Yeah, she's like, in 2 years we can maybe leave my parents' house. But it's like, 2 years, bitch. Come on now. That's ridiculous. Like, you need to grow the fuck up. You have 2 damn kids. You need to get it together. You need to move out yesterday. Like, that's not okay for anybody. So I hate her. She's dumb. Next. So Bilal and Shida, it's a few days before the wedding, and Shida's like still not sure about the prenup, which they kind of need to get together if they're gonna get married. And so she's talking to Bilal's mom, and this sucks. So Bilal's mom is basically just sticking up for him and saying that, you know, he should protect himself and like all this shit, and like that Shida needs to like think about his feelings and all this shit about his security because he's been married before, and like he doesn't want to get hurt, and this, that, and the third. It's so annoying. It's always the men. It's like, oh, well, I've been hurt before and now I don't trust women and all this shit. And it's like, but girls are expected to just, you know, pick up the pieces and move along. Like, geez, like, it's so stupid. But yeah, that's what was happening. And it was just annoying. And basically, she makes Shida believe that, you know, she's doing the opposite of everything that the mom says, and she says she's like the demise of the relationship and that it's her fault that they're having issues because she's not like submitting to the law and like worried about his feelings, but she just doesn't want to be disrespected, lectured, treated as the suspect. That made me mad. They like get together again and Shad is like, I'm sorry, I will do the prenup, like whatever. And he's like, okay, good, and blah, blah, blah. But she still says that she wants to have a kid with him before she's 40 and that they want that in writing. And for me, it's like, can you even have that in writing? I don't know. But he's acting all like, oh, wow. Like, he never heard of her saying that she wants kids before when she has multiple times. And he's just like, bitch, girl, like his face is so punchable. Like, he's one of those. But yeah, that was just annoying. But like, if she wants to be like that and she wants to have him be the head of the household, mom's like, the man is the head, you're the neck. First of all, what the fuck does that mean? Second of all, I don't like that. So if she wants to like go with that, I guess it's on her. I used to feel really bad and now I'm just like, okay, if that's what you want to do, okay. Patrick and Thais, this made me sad, this segment right here. So basically, Patrick and Thais are gonna go to Massachusetts where his mom and sister are at, and they're gonna like visit with them, and then they're gonna go down to Florida and like possibly get married. So that's what's happening. So they're going there, and Thais isn't like used to the cold weather, and she looks so cute in her little sweater and her little hat. Like, she's just kind of like an adorable person. I don't know, she has like a young spirit. Like, she's my age, but she has like a young like spirit, and when she's happy, she's like a vibe. Like, she seems like she's easygoing and like nice to be around. But people are always trying her and making her sad, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's always the sweetest people who got people coming at them trying to break their spirit. For what? Team Thais. But yeah, so they're gonna go see the mom and the sister, and yeah, this man needs therapy. He needs therapy, Patrick. Like, with his family, it's like so dysfunctional. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But this is his mom who he was estranged from. And now, like, they have like a better relationship, but she has cancer and she only has like a year left to live, which really sucks. But that's what's going on there. So maybe that's why they like have a better relationship now. Things are in perspective. I don't know. But he's told us multiple times that his mom did some not good things when he was younger, and that's why he and John are codependent at the moment. So I don't know. He also said that he's not super close with his sister, but you know, they're gonna meet each other, like whatever, her and Thais. So that is like the dynamic we have going on here. So they go to the house, and it's the sister, and she has a fucking black eye. Not only a black eye, a black and red eye. Like, her eyeball itself is bleeding and it looks super bad. And the producer even asked, he's like, so are you an MMA fighter? Like, what's wrong with your eye? And she's like, ha ha ha, no, I just fell on the ice. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second, because it's just one eye. If you fell on the ice, like down, it'd be like both, right? Like, that don't make any sense. So sorry about her, but she got punched. So that sucks. But she's not a nice person, so she deserves it. Maybe. I don't know. If it's a domestic violence situation, okay. But if it was like a talk shit, get hit situation, she deserved it. I want to give her... No, I don't want to lay hands on this woman. She and the mom are just kind of like grilling Thais and like asking personal questions. Like, is your family excited? And she's like, yeah, they are. And then Patrick, his dumb ass, is like, actually your dad doesn't like me. You don't have to bring this up. You don't have to. You can just have polite ass conversation and move along. Not everybody needs to know your business. Not even family. Especially if they're gonna be like this. So the sister is like suspicious of Thais like from the get-go. And she's like, my biggest fear is that she'll have a baby and like bring it back to Brazil. Huh? That's your biggest fear? Like, girl, there's like more things to be worried about, and like that's Patrick's situation and his problem, not yours. Also, what? Honestly, girl, she was like pissing me off. And then they're like doing like fucking dress shopping for Thais. And like the sales lady was super nice and she brought them champagne and it looked like fun. But then the mom and the sister are gonna ruin things. The sister just like brings up divorce. She's like, oh, what if you got divorced? Like, oh, why are you bringing up divorce in the dress fitting? Like, be nice or just like move along, you know? I didn't like it. It was so sad. And Thais, like, she can speak English, but she's not the best at like expressing herself in English just yet. I think she's probably at the point where she can understand better than she can speak, which is totally fine, you know, whatever. Patrick speaks Portuguese, so they communicate just fine. But that wasn't fair. I hated that. And they're saying like, but she won't give us a clear answer. She didn't know how to. And then she picks a dress. It's really simple. She looks gorgeous. They ask her if she misses home, and she's like, yes, I miss home, like this, that, and the third. And they're like, well, you don't want to be in the United States. Everyone is gonna miss their home, especially if this is like your first time away. It's normal. Her missing home does not mean she wants to go back. The only reason she wants to go back is because you people are not being nice and she misses her family and like the thing with her dad. But that's not their business. It's just not. Like, she wants to be with Patrick. Obviously, they're very much in love. Like, you can see it. They're not like a fake relationship. Like, they're real. So she wants to be with him. And that is why she is there. But they're like, you're just here for Patrick. Yes, she is just here for Patrick, but she wants to get married to him. It's a pretty big deal, so that's why she's here, you know? I feel like a lot of these people on the show are like, they're just here for a green card, but in this case, they're like, you're just here for Patrick. You're just here because of your partner. Like, okay, yeah. And your problem is, like, it's just ridiculous. And then they're at dinner again, and they're like talking about how, like, if you have a child, are you ready for a child? They didn't bring it up. If they don't bring up kids, don't talk about them. Plain and simple. This is my biggest thing, is don't talk to people about like potential children. Like, just don't. Like, it's inappropriate. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know if they decided they don't want that. You don't know if they're still trying to decide and you're just making things more complicated. You don't know if they have fertility issues. You don't know if they've gone through losses. Like, you just don't fucking know. So don't bring it up, you know? Like, just don't. This is a message for everybody. Don't ask people when they're having kids. Just don't. And they fucking bring up Brazil, and they are telling her about her country. They're like, it's not the best economically, environment, like all this shit. Like, don't talk about her country like you know what's going on, because I know you don't. Keep her country out your mouth. She's saying that, like, basically fuck her dad. She's saying that, like, but you're older now, so a man is more important. You get to an age where you need a man. You don't need your dad. Bitch, she still needs her dad. Like, you need people in your life for different reasons. You need your parents to be your parents, their support, their love. You need your partner for the romantic love, you know, and support. But it's a different kind, you know what I'm saying? You need your friends for that type, you know, of relationship. If you have siblings, you need them to, like, relate to your upbringing, like, all that shit. But you need people for different reasons. It's not that you don't need your parents. Like, your relationship changes over time, but it's not like you don't need them. And not everybody needs a man, which is kind of what she was saying. Her, like, oxygen tank is, like, beeping, and she's like, oh, I am low on oxygen. I have to leave. It's like, yeah, because you sucked all that shit out of the room with your bitching, your complaining, your judgment. Get to stuffing. And then she has the audacity to say, like, but I've been married 4 times, so I know, you know, what this is like and what this isn't like. 4 times. You've been married 4 times. You have no place saying anything about anybody else's relationships. You lost those privileges. Next. So even Norman Bates. It's 37 days to the wedding. He was being mad disrespectful in the last episode. And he says he doesn't like her inappropriate friends or her strange fire ceremony. That's the way he put it. And then he's FaceTiming Mother. And basically she says that he shouldn't force her to be Muslim or act like a Muslim, and, like, to not piss her off and to be nice and respect that this is her culture and that he's in America, so he needs to learn to adapt. And he's like, oh, well, I didn't think she was gonna say that, like, all this shit. And now that his mom said that, like, everything is cool and he's gonna treat Eve with respect from here on out and, like, stop being so pushy just because his mom said that. So he does whatever this woman says. Tell me if I should watch Bates Motel, because I only seen the first episode. I know it's kind of late, but should I watch it? I've seen Psycho. I like Psycho. And then basically they go out to dinner, and, like, he talks to her about everything, and then he says, let me take you outside. So they go out by another fire because Eve loves fire, and he, like, proposes to her, and it was sweet. So at least we got that for my girl Eve. She deserves all the best, so hopefully he treats her right from here on off and doesn't say mean things to her. So Jabri and Miona, it is 3 days to their wedding, and they are moving like a thief in the night in, like, matching hot pink jackets. It's like, oh, we gotta move. Oh, make sure you wear your pink jacket. And they're gonna go to Joshua Tree because they want to get married there. They're gonna rent a house out there. I don't know for how long. They didn't really say, but they're bringing a lot of stuff. Like, they actually are moving out. So yeah, and then they're driving. And I knew he was driving his stepdad's car before, so I don't know if, like, he has a car or not, or if that's his car, or what the case is. But that's what's happening. And the parents are like, when you make impulsive decisions, there's consequences, so we will not be at the wedding. It's like, okay, but that's your choice to kick him out, 1. And 2, it's your choice not to go. I hate them. They're so annoying. Yeah, I think it'll be good for them. I think everybody needs to make impulsive decisions in their lifetime at least once. One good impulsive decision. So they'll figure it out. Hopefully they don't move back. And I wish them the best. It seems like everybody's wedding is coming up. So I don't know if the next episode is the finale or not. I think it's maybe 2 more episodes. So we'll see what happens. But that is this episode of 90 Day Fiance. I think I went through that pretty quick, but that's what happened. I am going to talk about family Chantel now. So moving forward, I'm not gonna like spend too much time talking about family Chantel unless like something happens, or Love in Paradise, just because I'm so busy. I don't have time to like take notes about all these, so I'm just gonna go into detail about 90 Day for these like secondary shows. I'm just gonna say like my thoughts and like what I remember. So anyways, family Chantel is just sad. I hate seeing her this way, like so distressed and upset. It sounds like they are getting divorced, so hopefully things get better, but she is just sad. And then she pops up at their like work thing to see like his friends and like what's going on, and he was like rude as fuck to her. He's like, why are you here, like in front of everybody? Like at least in front of everybody be like, oh hi, you know, like you don't have to be rude as fuck. So that was going on. And then Chantel like snaps and she's like, so at the office, are you playing a game where you like put names on like things? Because she had found Antonella's name on his key, and they're like, you know, it was so awkward, and Antonella was like a deer in the headlights. Now, I don't know if they're like actually cheating. I don't think so. It just seems like one of those like friendships that's like getting a little too close, but they aren't crossing those lines yet. That's kind of what I get from it. But she is so young, and like she don't need all this to be on TV. So I do feel bad for her, because it's like Pedro's the one cheating, you know, emotionally or like otherwise, not her. So she don't need all her business out here like that, especially since she is like a real estate agent and they like kind of are more public. That I don't understand. Like, why are real estate agents like so like out in the public, like with their face everywhere? That don't make sense. Like they have whole like photo shoots and like their face on a billboard. That don't make sense to me, but okay. Like it's not like teachers gonna have their face on a billboard, or like freaking electricians. Like I don't get it, but that's just part of like the culture, and like with the social media presence, like I don't know, I don't get it, but okay. So that's what was going on. And that's pretty much it. And then Chantel leaves, and his coworker goes out to like comfort her, and then she's like, I'm glad I'm not married, because she don't want those problems. But yeah, it was sad. Other than that, I don't remember what happens with everybody else, so I don't have anything else to talk about. And then with Love in Paradise, okay, so Ariana and Sharlon are having dinner with both their moms, and they're basically like talking to Sharlon about like how he was playing Ariana, and like his mom was actually really nice about it. She's like, I don't understand why he's being like this. I didn't raise him to be like this. Like, he needs to get it together. This isn't fair to you. Which I appreciate, because it's not like Bilal's mom acting like her son can do no wrong, you know? Like, she's like, he needs to not be like this. And then Ariana's mom is obviously like sticking up for her. And it was just like a shitty situation like altogether, because he was playing her. And that's not fair to her, you know? Because they have a kid together, and so he can't just keep stringing her along, and that's kind of like where they came to, I guess, on that. And then George and girl, his name's Carlos and Valentine were on vacation, and then what's his name, Valentine got to see like a more like relaxed, fun side of Carlos, because he wasn't in his like small town where it's more conservative. He was in like a more like liberal, in the sense of like everyone's like more free. Obviously this is not America, it's not the same like conservative liberal, it's not like that, but in a more like open, accepting, that's where I was coming from, environment so he can be himself a little bit more, and that helps with their relationship. But basically, Valentine still wants to have a open relationship, and Carlos is just really against it. So they said they're gonna give it 3 years, and then maybe in 3 years they can open it up, which just sounds bad. It sounds like they're gonna have a bad breakup in 3 years. Like, they're just putting a cap on it at this point. I don't think they're a good match. I think they could be friends, but it just seems like romantically, like, they keep getting into like all these like disagreements, and they're both tops. How is that gonna work? As they like to remind us. So yeah. And then Gabby, and what's his face? Like, he's gone. Like, where is he? We don't know. So now it's just left for Abby and Gabby to work it out. And Abby's still being a bitch. She's like, no, we wanted you to come. And it's like, no, you can't bring 2 girls to the United States. Like, you just can't. Like, on K1 or otherwise, like, you just can't. So that was a bunch of lies. Gabby knows it's a bunch of lies, but Abby's still like, I can't lose you. And she's like, I love you the same as Frankie. And then Gabby's like, wait, you love me and Frankie the same, but you knew Frankie for 5 days and 5 days only, but you knew me for 10 years? And you love us the same? Like, what's that? But I hope they don't stay together. I hope they break up. I always say that, but I hope they break up. Don't waste your time. That's why if like a relationship is bad, I'm always like, leave. I know it's not that easy, but it's more worth it, I think. It's Daniel and Amber, is that their names? Basically, Amber's like drunk and she's with her friend. She's being really obnoxious. And then David, what the fuck is his name? Daniel is not with it. And then he goes plays baseball. And that's it. That's Love in Paradise. I thought it was like a solid episode. I liked watching it. I liked watching Family Chantel even though it was sad. And I liked this week of 90 Day, so they did good. And I'm excited for next week. It looks like drama. So yeah, I hope you like this video. Go ahead, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.